Hello there, my name is Adaway and welcome to the start of a new Hearts of Iron 4 series. This time we are playing with the Resource War mod. And we're going to take a look at how this mod works and how it impacts the game, more or less. Playing as Germany here, as they're a pretty key player. We can have a look at all the different features. So this mod, in case you are unaware, it very recently went up on the Steam Workshop, aims to make resources much more important within the game. We've seen things like this before, but I think this is the most comprehensive, I guess is the right word, approach to it. So we have grain and copper, which are new resources, and they are dotted around the map. We've got copper here in Yugoslavia, and a lot of grain in the Ukraine, as you might imagine. And also we have rations, gasoline, light munitions, heavy munitions, and anti-tank munitions, which we're not building currently. And these things, according to the mod page, have been set to have quite a high, or low rather, reliability. So they get used up very quickly in combat, as bullets and rations and petrol would be. And these are all essential to the divisions. If we look at the German Panzer Division, they require 145 rations, 180 gasoline, and 288 heavy munitions. So they're not really expensive. Petrol, gasoline the most. It's where is it? 2.5 compared to something like support equipment, which is 4. So it's equivalent to motorized, basically, the petrol. The others are more cheaper. More cheaper? They are cheaper, so 0.5, 0.5, 0.6, that kind of thing. Interestingly, light munitions are the same as heavy munitions. Do you need more of them? Have a look. So an infantry division needs 455 light munitions and 96 heavy munitions. Of course, they are only infantry, they're not tanks. That makes kind of sense. Heavy munitions for tanks, 288, light, 125. So they cost the same. You need more heavies for tanks and more lights for infantry, as you might expect. Okay, so let's play the game normally, and we'll just see how the game grows with the stuff in the mod. So we're going to go straight for... I don't normally do Rhineland first. I'm going to do the Reichsautobahn, and we'll set ourselves up normally as we might do in any other Hearts of Iron 4 game. Unassigned divisions, yep. They all are. I haven't played Germany in quite a while, actually. So I'll give them a go. Is it just 30? It is, isn't it? I thought it was 35 for a second, but no, it's just 30. So factory-wise, we are deficit of grain and copper, which we're going to need to import. We're going to try and make sure we have a surplus of everything at the start of the game. So we'll grab that from the Americans, and we'll grab copper from Chile. And oh god, we need rubber. But actually, we'll do factories first. What am I doing? So it's hard knowing exactly how much to use these kind of things. Let's go for at least 2 factories on each of the 4 new things. We're going to want artillery, equipment, all the usual stuff. Do 3 on tanks for now. We'll leave motorized on 2. Planes can just sit on 1. That's fine. More guns, obviously. Have 5 artillery, and then we'll put an extra on these things. That leaves us with 2 factories. Have 1 more on tanks, and another on fighters. There we go. That's 40. We have a massive rubber deficit and oil deficit, as you might imagine. Grab those things quickly from people who don't matter too much, and then we should be alright to start playing as soon as we set our research. Which naturally will be the same old stuff that we do at the start of every Hearts of Iron 4 game. Okay, we're off. So, this mod. Talk about it more. There's naval stuff been changed. Submarines are now faster and better, and trade efficiency from being raided now takes longer to recover, so that's more important, submarine stuff. That's what I want to play as Germany, because Germany, of course, does do lots of submarine stuff. And we're going to build lots of subs. We will build not these things. We'll build the cruiser and the destroyers because they're nearly done. And then we'll just go hard into subs. Why is there still a deficit of oil? God damn it, Romania. Give me your oil. Why do you do this to me? Get it from Venezuela then, fine. Same deal with wheat. We need more wheat. Okay, let's get from the Dutch East Indies. And we'll get some copper from Australia. Oh my god, we need lots more. We need a lot more convoys. That's another thing. Convoys are now super expensive as well. We go maxed out on naval dockyards. The convoys now are how much? 300. So that is that's almost as much as a submarine. So that's substantially more. We're just gonna have to deal with the deficits, aren't we, until we can get convoys going. But normally that's impacting our ship production, which prevents us from getting convoys going. Let's not make the subs then for now. Let's just crank out the stuff we need to. Yeah, okay, we'll leave that for now. Go up to speed 4. And we'll quickly delete all of our planes. Settle in the long haul. So the game itself doesn't look that much different. But I think it's going to be interesting to see how this affects us, because if resources are much more important, we've got at reduced speed. It doesn't tell me how much it's reduced by. Lack of resources minus 1%. Oh, so not nothing crippling. Yes, we're down 1% efficiency on production. That's it. Because we're lacking 1 rubber. Or 1 copper, even, not rubber. What am I saying? Okay, let's get a commander in charge of our troops then. Field Marshal. Where's he at? Where's von Rundstedt? There he is. There he is. And we're going to make... get rid of this cavalry division, make it into a infantry 1. And we're going to find Mountaineer Brigade and make him infantry as well. Which leaves us with the normal 3 Panzer divisions and the motorise. Be sat in a different army and be commanded by somebody else. Rommel. There we are. We'll wait for the Civil War to fire. And worry about our deficit of rubber. Rather oil. Yeah, so we'll make submarines there, that's fine. I want to get this stuff finished. Can we just, like, get this cruiser finished? Thanks, let's not make the destroyers. Get this cruiser finished and then we can make convoys. Alleviate our crippling shortage of grain. We need 3 grain. Rations are down by 4.3%. Insufficient resources. Yeah, I know. I know. At least we have dockyards free now. Right, so we have 10 dockyards. Half and half. See how that goes. That build 1.1 a month. Not particularly helpful, is it? Down with 16.7% because of lack of resources. You need 5 rubber and oil rather, and you have none. So that's unfortunate. I guess we should probably bump it up above at least the planes, because like they don't need it. Well, the tactical bomber and the submarine. Let's get some convoys being rolled out. Otherwise, we'll just be permanently undersupplied forever. You can be not this bluey colour. Be red. Why did that not work? It's red, I swear. Here we are. Here we are. We've got Spanish Civil War gonna fire. Probably send my 2 Panzer divisions, won't I? Under Rommel. Finished that. So we'll not do West Wall now. Get the civilian factories, probably. And then we will split off the 2 divisions from this one to go into the separate Civil War group. Ready for volunteers. And we'll start shredding divisions up. Let's see how this affects our supplies then. $11 divisions. That'll be alright. That gives us a 4.1 thousand deficit of light munitions. Good God. 266 days. Our guns are on 100. That's twice the deficit. So we need to have way more factories on munitions than we do on other things. That's what you're telling me here. No, shortage of copper is hurting us. Sure. But there's no point having so much on guns when we can't afford them. 110-day deficit on that. 103 on support equipment, but 124 on rations. And 255 on light munitions. So we need way more on light munitions. So we'll take off like that. But no, that's the wrong one. Light munitions, there we are. See how that gets on. Maybe 3 on gasoline will be too much. So let's get rid of one of those. Then we'll put them on light munitions. But we're suffering from copper. Where can we get copper from? Someone must sell us copper. It's not being delivered. We need... How many more convoys do we need? 4. 4? More than that. It doesn't tell me here. It says we have 202 being used. 202 out of 223. So we need like 18 more convoys. We're building 1.33 a month. Yeah, that's like a long time, isn't it? Longer than I would like. Need 5. I'll see build these divisions up. Very, very slowly. So where are the key resources then? We've got loads of grain in the Ukraine region. We have not very much. Like, it's really all in the Ukraine. some in Romania. That copper's going to be important. A little bit in France with grain there. Spain's got some copper. Some grain, I think, some copper right here in the Dutch East Indies as well. There's more grain being produced in Iraq than there is in Germany. Is that right? That doesn't strike me as being particularly historically accurate. I mean, there was farmland in Germany, like there was some farmland, but yet we're producing none. Literally no grain, no copper at all. That's interesting. Oh crap! Research. Whoops. I guess we want dispersed as normal, and we want to get doctrine researched, and we want to get, who do we want? Guderian? Yeah. Get Guderian. Can't help but love him. What a guy. There's construction 1. Now we can research. It's not quite 37, so we can't do the second one in the industry one. So instead, we will, I guess, the purge in the Soviets. Do artillery upgrade. Deploy our divisions. Got 7 out. We've still got a substantial deficit of light munitions. Even as infantry equipment is now in surplus, this is dragging us back in a pretty bad way. The munitions are going to be a real thorn in our side, aren't they? There goes the Civil War. We'll very quickly send volunteers over. Rommel, on your bike. Goodbye. National effort 2, we're going to rush our way down there. I never normally do Rhineland until we've got enough troops to be able to do Anschluss, because there's no real benefit from having Rhineland. At least I don't think. You get a bit of army experience, political power, great, but I already control the states. We get the factories from it. So I think it's probably better just to focus on getting this industry done first, and then just do Rhineland, Anschluss, and back on down the political tree, you know? That's my feeling anyway. Finally, right, so we've got a big surplus of heavy munitions now. We probably don't need so many heavies, do we? Because that's only for armoured divisions that actually need heavy munitions. And they need like a few hundred, so we've got way too many of those. So let's come off heavy munitions a bit and pick them on light. It seems to me like we need to make light munitions at an equal or greater rate than guns. Makes sense, I guess. Bullets are light munitions. Right, there's Lundsted's army. Need for Rommel to arrive. There he is. Okay, let's sort him out. Let's get rid of the allied battle plans because they're AI and there's no point seeing them because they're all terrible. Kill these guys. Go on, Aaron. Show us what you got. This Armus Panzer Leader. Armus P plus 5%. We just go this way and cut them off. Be easier, won't it? Right, well, we are positive again in everything. So, haven't got many tanks. Had enough to equip one more armoured division, but let's go for more infantry. Yeah, see, we're all running out of equipment again. 65, 47. Okay, so they're a bit closer now. We want them to finish as close as possible. Let's strike west from Madrid then. Find those guys to Rundstedt. Have we got enough convoys yet? No, we have not got enough convoys yet. It's not helpful, guys. I got 209 out of 223. We need 210. So we've got 13 to go. So it's like a year basically until we're actually full. They've got 3 divisions there. Is there anywhere else we can attack that's better? Let's get some planning bonus and gain 3.5% of it a day. They're only half equipped. They're only infantry battalion, so maybe we'll be alright. Panzers are not very good at the moment. 12 combat width. Let's try and brush them aside. Try and cut off Madrid. Or better, take Madrid and encircle these guys. 71, 73. Can do more civilian factory stuff. We've got loads of full railways now. So I guess military factories? Or more civilian factories? Go for military. All these areas which are nice 100%. I don't know why I'm hitting all at once. Just click control and it'll do it. Yeah, there we are. That's like a bunch. At 20. More than that. They can happily build away. We are pushing out the Spanish. Cross the river. And then push our way towards Madrid would be helpful. Hey, this way. Encircle these 3. Pretty easily, and then we'll attack Madrid. Take it. Good job, Rommel. Okay. Army innovations. Let's get that treaty with the USSR. I want those medium tanks. Shorten the front line. But it's more sensible. Delete this stupid front line that shouldn't exist. God bless the AI. There we go. Oh, we can cross here and then just get around them. Not too much in case they get encircled. They're not going to. Okay. Oh, they're running away. Okay. I guess we'll just go to the coast then. Oh no. Go. Through the gap. Don't cut away. Come this way. Oh no, we're encircled now. But not for long. It's alright. Go on this. What I'm really concerned about is holding that one province there. Oh dear, communist Spain. Not gone well, is it, for you? I want a war industrialist. Build those factories quicker. Okay, see, we got a cert at everything. Just light munitions deficit. 2 weeks worth. Got lots of artillery now. How can we solve this? Not really sure, to be honest. How's rations doing? We have how many? 752 rations. That good? That enough? 470 per one division of infantry. Probably not, is it really? That's like having that amount of guns. It's rubbish. We need way more. Which means we need way more grain. Ah, I need more convoys. Right, that's it. I'm just going to put all these on convoys for now. And make sure it's not short of oil. There we are. 2.6 a month. Get it done. We aren't going to lose convoys until the war starts. So once we get the amount set, we can then make a lot of submarines without fear of having an undersupplied industry. Go on, press forwards. They won't stop here. Or much. There we are. Easy. Okay. Research. Let's get reinforced rate. And let's get... field hospital is always pretty handy. We're almost in 937, so we can do the next industry tech. We'll leave it until 37. We'll save up the research progress. Just wait there. Where are you going? Stay here. Get on this front line. But I wish the AI would not make such weird front lines all the time. Just weird the way it does it. Slice that pocket in half. Modify government. Let's get... Attrition minus 8% might be pretty helpful. Because we've got all these things which break really easily. Yeah, sure thing. Have some fighters. Yugoslavia. Even though I'm going to be annexing your whole country soon. Construction tech is half price. It's nearly January, so we'll just wait till then, I think. Encircle that one division there. Soviet volunteers. Oh dear, Soviet volunteers. You're going to die now, aren't you? It's super unfortunate. Right. Here we go. 0.01 years ahead of time. We've got 3 days to go. Save that sweet, sweet few days of time. So we're just mopping up the war here now. Republican Spain is on the run. Obviously. Improve machine tools. Sounds good. Or minus 18 grain now, which is not great. Not a great amount of grain there. We're not even importing enough, are we? Like, even if we get everything we want. We have 0 convoys available and require 44 for this trade. Okay, I guess we can't do that then. Yes, give me some Iraq. Well, maybe I think perhaps not from America. Russia won't give me any, they hate me. We just not get them from America. That massively improves our convoy position. Okay, so I think I'm not sure if this is the mod, but it seems that these take a lot of convoys. Like Argentina's taken 57, sorry, 44th to get 8. Whereas, I need 48 from Rack Costume. So there's a real incentive here to not go abroad, to just get stuff from people who are close to you, because it requires like no convoys. That's on 0 now. Good. Okay. Now we're freed up with convoys. We're not bringing enough copper in. And that requires 32. Afghanistan. Here we are. It's easy. Okay, so now we've got convoys. We can build some more subs. So we'll go on to like 3 for convoys, and then we will have the rest on subs. We deployed in Schleswig-Holstein. Apologies for my German there. 3 to the USSR, sounds good. We have how many troops? 448,000, including ones in training. Which are probably building some more. There we are. Nice deficits going on. So I'm happy now that the light munitions are roughly the same amount of time deficit-wise as the guns are. This is quite good. Got 7 on there and 8 on guns. Okay. Makes sense, I mean, they cost about the same. There goes the Civil War. A spare factory. How exciting. What do we need? Rations are on -139. 3 days worth. We're fine on rations, really. Although we do want to stockpile them. I mean, logic would dictate we want to stockpile them. And we haven't got enough for another division of armoured. What is preventing us there? Is it light munitions? No. What are we missing? Tanks. Substantial numbers of tanks. And yeah, light munitions. 100 of them. Yeah, so these light munitions are pretty important, actually. 5 more divisions. Got more factories free. Stick another one on, I think, light munitions. Honestly. 35 days versus 14. Actually, we're fine. We're fine on light munitions. Tanks, I guess. On tanks. Do want to make sure I've got plenty of tanks. And I've got my more tank divisions coming out. Yeah. Got 24 army experience from that little war. I have 1,000 artillery. So we should be able to start moving some divisions over to artillery. 96 per division. So we'll just progressively move our troops over, I think. Okay, so we'll take 11 divisions and convert them. That requires, wow, 3,168 heavy munitions. Good God. Okay, I guess we need a bunch more of them. A lot more. Jesus. 77 days worth. Pact of Rome. Who's in the Pact of Rome? Austria and Hungary. Okay. Fair enough. I guess we'll be fighting them in a war then. That'll be our first war, won't it? Because they probably won't yield Anschluss now, will they? Cheeky bastards. Alright, get on this border then. Let's be prepared for this. And do our next doctrine. And at military high command. Could probably do some of these guys up here. Although which ones? Or no, let's go for the high command first. Let's fill that out. Armored division attack and defense sounds good. We are massively deficit of heavy munitions. So artillery needs a lot of heavy munitions. That's the conclusion we can draw from this. So it seems basically like we need to build heavy light munitions and rations and guns at essentially the same rate. So they take up a much bigger proportion of your factories than was otherwise the case. Let's bring Rommel down here. You're going to push... Ooh, where to push you from even? Either we're crossing a river into plains or we're pushing into what basically mountains. I guess up here is better. We'll hit this wooded province, then probably just skirt south around the mountains. It's going to be easiest. There's the treaty with the USSR. Oh! At least 350,000 manpower. Oh, okay. We've been waiting off to do it far too long then, haven't we? We've got way more than that. We've got 431. I've been way too cautious for no reason. So we'll go for the dispersed industry 2, makes sense, and we'll go construction 2. Let's get our industry cranked up. Hindenburg disaster. Sad times for everyone involved. Infantry expert's going to be important. There goes the Marco Polo Bridge incident. Those damn Chinese or Japanese doing some bad stuff. Let's convert some more divisions over to infantry artillery. Like these guys. Anschluss. I mean, I guess we see what happens then. We are going to have a deficit. It's only 49 days, so it's not too bad. By the time our focus finishes, that'll be gone. It's all good. We need more factories. Okay, we're low on copper, substantially. It's a little bit unfortunate. Copper? Why are we low? Raj? Raj. So I can immediately see that when we go to war, we're going to really struggle for resources, like super badly. Love it. Get Panzer III researched. ASAP. And radar, maybe? Ships? Submarines? Submarines. Nope. At a time, can't do that. Submarine doctrine. Submarine convoy interdiction. There we are. What we want. So I expect they'll refuse. We'll have to fight them, which is a little bit unfortunate. But we must. We have way too much motorised, it looks like. Although to be fair, that's going to help us out with our field hospital. Where is support equipment? I don't even know where it is. I don't see it. There it is. 448 we have. Okay. We have 200 light tanks. We can probably get some more of these going. Start training 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. All got the same. Let's stick with 5. What deficit does that give us? A bad heavy munitions 1 and a bad light tanks 1. Yeah, that's way too bad. Let's go up to here. That's 270. Got just 1. That's fine then, I guess. We do not have enough tanks. This factory, I guess, can go on tanks, I suppose. Although really we're being held back with our infantry production by a lack of heavy munitions and artillery. Let's go for artillery. Anschluss is ready in how long? Okay, it's just not going to tell me. Okay, thanks, High4. Thanks for playing. I can't remember which one's better. Let's go for Armoured Spearhead. Yeah, I bloody knew it would happen. God damn you! Well, I can declare war. That's fine. I guess we'll do that then. Fine. Fine, Austria. Be like this. Have I got any more tweets about to finish? Yes, I have. When are you finished? August. Like 2 weeks away. Bloody cheek of it. Well, I guess we've got to wait until we finish this war. We can do other stuff over there. Let's go for naval rearmament for those extra dockyards. Subs are going to be great. Okay. So, we'll declare this war then, I guess. We'll crush Austria and Hungary. Bloody bastards. Should be alright. They have no manpower for some reason. Are they disarmed? That's unfortunate for them. Poor bastards. We'll bring this troop division down, and then we'll declare the war. Everyone will be a happy bunny about it. Exceptionally Austria. Okay, we'll do that in the next episode. Thank you for watching this first look at the Resource War mod. We're going to play this series through, I'm not sure for how long. Long enough to get a good feel for the mod and sort of explore the challenges it forces on us. I can already see we're going to want to grab all the Ukrainian land, all that grain, and this copper down here is going to be super important. There's almost no copper anywhere in the whole of Europe. I like that. I like that it's forcing us into those challenges. So I will see you again very shortly for the second episode. Bye bye.